Hey everybody, it's Tim again, and today it's a nostalgic trip, I guess you could say, of sorts, since we're looking again at McFarlane Toys Movie Maniacs line. Now, this line actually dates back to 1998, where we got some true movie maniacs. You got, Freddy, you got Jason, you got Leatherface. Later on, we were getting characters like Norman Bates from Psycho and Ash Williams from Army of Darkness. And boy, other characters, Edward Scissorhands, you name it. So that sort of characterized what the movie Maniacs category was. Now, that line actually ran from 1998 to 2007. It's amazing. It's been more than 15 years since that line went away, but now it is back in the form of a celebration, I guess you could say, of Warner Brothers Pictures' 100th anniversary. So what we got here is McFarlane releasing 4 Movie Maniacs figures that look more like statues than they actually do articulated figures. But hey, look, it got me interested because of the Wicked Witch of the West, which I'm giving you a 360 look at. Of course, played by the great Margaret Hamilton in The Wizard of Oz. Also, this is a 10,000 piece release, limited edition. On the back here, if I could point out, it actually says MM 7 inches. I sort of doubt the height description on that, but we'll check that out once I take this out of the box. But also 10,000 pieces coming out of Daniel Radcliffe's Harry Potter from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. 7,500 pieces of Bugs Bunny as Superman. Of course, that combines 2 iconic Warner Brothers properties. And then finally, this one's sort of a strange one, Ted Lasso, which is actually on Apple TV Plus, but I would imagine it's a Warner Brothers television production. That actually is 20,000 pieces. And again, a TV character. I know, obviously, very, very popular. They had to fit him in there somewhere. Couldn't give him his own release, so they just stuck him in this Movie Maniacs line. So hopefully, again, I like what I see from this initial packaging. I think it's pretty cool. It runs about $24.99, which is about $5 more than your standard McFarlane figures. I reviewed Batman from The Flash, the 1989 version recently. And, it still feels like it's within a decent price range. Of course, if you watch this channel, I gripe about Hasbro every chance I can get with their Star Wars figures. I mean, those are also $24.99, and you don't get nearly as much as what you see in this particular package here with the Wicked Witch of the West. So what I'm going to do is take a pause, take this out of the package, and take a closer look at the Movie Maniacs Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. Okay, I'm back with a closer look, an unpackaged look at McFarlane Toys Movie Maniacs, The Wizard of Oz. The Wicked Witch of the West, of course, made an iconic character by the wonderful performance of Margaret Hamilton. Of course, the film starred Judy Garland as Dorothy Gale. And I tell you what, I mean, if you want to define a movie maniac in this series, I guess the Wicked Witch of the West probably comes closest out of the other offerings. But still, an endearing character in an odd sort of way, an instant recognition with this character. So, and it should be. I mean, The Wizard of Oz, I don't think there's any question it is one of the greatest films ever made, and certainly one of the greatest films that Warner Brothers Studios put out. So I'm really happy that they're including The Wicked Witch of the West with this initial release of the Wizard of the Movie Maniacs line from McFarlane Toys 2023. Now, again, there is really no articulation with this at all. This is more or less a plastic statue, which is okay. I mean, I don't need action poses all the time. Let me try to give you a closer look at the character here. And great likeness of the Wicked Witch of the West. What did she say, my dear pretty? There you go. That's from the back of the box. Now, included in this line are some bonuses. You can see this comes with a card with a nice metal stand, or actually it's plastic. It looks metal, metallic finish. And it includes a certificate of authenticity with a signature, a FA signature, an auto stamp. It looks like from Todd McFarlane. Otherwise, he had to sign a lot of the back of these cards, didn't he? So it's, I don't know. I expected some sort of number to come with this. Doesn't say which one out of 10,000 it is. So who knows? But it is a limited edition of 10,000 figures. Let me get this back here while I get this put back together. As you can see in the background, we have the Yellow Brick Road that Judy will embark upon. I should say Dorothy will embark upon to find those ruby slippers, and along with the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion. And you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing McFarlane expanding that line. Even again, I don't care if they're not action figures, even if they're these wonderful representations, statues, whatever you want to call them, that's fine with me. Also included in this is a mystery box, I guess a blind box in a way, that promises some sort of bonus. So I have not opened this yet, so I'm going to open this now to see what it is. And, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. It is a poster, presumably. It looks like a remake of the lobby card, or maybe the original poster. No, it looks more like a lobby card representation. Let me get that straightened out a little bit and move things around so we can take a better look at that. Of The Wizard of Oz. Of course, it's folded about 20 different ways, but maybe if I put it under a couple books, that would straighten things out a little bit. Nice quality paper. I think that's a nice little bonus. Again, you got to remember, for $24.99, with a figure like you get from, here we go again, Star Wars with Hasbro. First of all, now they're putting them in blind boxes. That's going to go away for collectors, thankfully. But we're also getting just like maybe one or two accessories, which I just think is such of a ripoff. Now, granted, there's licensing issues and all that sort of stuff, but really, this, I feel like I'm getting a lot more for $24.99 with this particular figure. So I'm going to take this away for a second. Here is a better look at the backdrop. This is pretty decent, sturdy cardboard. Nice finish on it. I would give you a 360 of that, but there's nothing to look at. So, and you can see that's a little delicate there. But again, a little nice touch to kind of, put this thing in a stand as a diorama backdrop of sorts. Now I'm going to put the Wicked Witch up here for a 360 and give you a little closer look at what this figure looks like. Nice Wizard of Oz themed stand there, Yellow Brick Road, some fire representation there. You know what? I think I'd like some flying monkeys too to haunt my dreams. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be a great addition to this line? A couple flying monkeys. Maybe attach these bases. Maybe they're hinting at something here. Maybe they can issue bases that would actually attach together to give us a lot more characters from The Wizard of Oz. That would be really, really cool. But, for now, for $24.99, $26 with tax, you can get it at online retailers with no shipping. You can order it from the Todd Father's site. I know fans like to call Todd McFarlane a Todd Father. And I believe you pay for shipping there, but I also know that he actually throws in some bonuses as well. So that's a pretty cool deal. But I'm happy with this. I pre-ordered it. Once I saw it went online, I didn't want to take a chance. 10,000, how big is the, collection base for this figure? I really don't know. For the Wizard of Oz, I should say. I would imagine it's substantially huge. So at some point, this thing is going to sell out. So I didn't want to take a chance. I am such of a fan of the film that I had to add it to my collection immediately. And I really am glad that I did. Now I'm going to wait till this gets around here and stops. And then I'm going to give you one more close-up look at the figure of the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. There we go. Yeah. Nice paint, nice detailing, kind of a worn look with the witch's wardrobe. The hat, of course, stays on, doesn't come off. This actually does unscrew here. So you can mess with that a little bit. You can see there. But other than that, everything is stationary on this figure. I will say, too, obviously, this is hard plastic, actually. And but it does move around a little bit, as does the stuff from her witch's hat. Now, is this thing actually 7 inches tall as promised? My guess is no, but I'm going to get my measuring tape out here in a second. Just bear with me. I mean, if you want to go to the tip of the cap, it doesn't even come to 6.5. So, no, not quite 7 inches. I mean, if you want a 7-inch figure, now this actually measures at a little taller than 7 inches. This is the Batman, Michael Keaton version of Batman from the Flash line. I just did a review of that. This comes to about 7.5 if you want to go to the tip top of the cowl, but otherwise it's about 7 inches. So yeah, now granted, she is scrunched over a little bit. If she stood up taller, would she be 7 inches? Is this a 7-inch scale figure? I still don't think so. It's more in the 6-inch line. Here we go with Indiana Jones. That's a 6-inch figure from the Adventure series. Again, I reviewed that figure. You can get this on this channel. Here's a NECA version of one of the old movie Maniacs. This is Ash from Ash vs. Evil Dead. And that's a 7-inch figure. That is what really about, this is about 6.5 actually. So I would say it probably comes closest in scale to Indiana Jones. So you can imagine your little battles. Indiana Jones meets the Wicked Witch of the West. Maybe someday, right? We'll find out. Certainly you can pose them that way on your shelf. So let's get this a little bit more like an action pose here. Yeah. So, it probably, again, is closest in scale to Indy right now. But again, who cares? I mean, look at it, the various different scales that you have on your shelf. Does it really matter? What matters is if this continues on, and again, I really hope it does, with Dorothy, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion, maybe some flying monkeys. Hopefully they're all going to be in the same scale. And again, connect all those bases. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking here, but that would be really, really cool. So that's all I have for this particular release. My name is Tim Lammers, and I review cool movie toys. And thank you for watching this video. And please subscribe to more videos by either clicking the red button on the lower right, or you can click the picture below. I'll have a screen at the end. You can click a picture there. Please subscribe to this channel. I love talking about cool movie toys, and again, this was somewhat of a surprise to me. A, that movie Maniacs is coming back, but B, with somebody as iconic as the Wicked Witch of the West in the likeness of Margaret Hamilton for this, man. I just love it. I absolutely love it. Definitely pick it up if you are a Wizard of Oz fan. So share this video with all your friends, all your Wizard of Oz loving friends. That's all I have for now. Happy toy hunting, everybody.